and welcome back to my channel. So excited for today's video because I'm going to start doing some DIYs now for Christmas. I know that it's a little bit early, but I love to make these videos for you guys so you can get some inspiration from them and start decorating your home for Christmas. Let me know in the comments which is your favorite holiday. I'm going to be reading all of your comments. And guys, for today's video I decided to put together 15 ways that you can do to basically fake high-end decor for Christmas for your home. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video, that you can get some ideas, inspiration, and ways to decorate your home on a budget. I'm going to be sharing 15 ideas, so let me know in the comments which one is your favorite one, and please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and to my other channel, JAZOMY Home. And in that other channel I share some big news, big changes that are going to happen really soon. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, you need to watch the latest video. So I'm going to leave you the link in the description box. It's JAZOMY Home. So once you watch this one, I'm going to be waiting for you in the other channel, okay? So I hope that you are ready, and let's get started. Let's DIY together. You are going to need 2 wooden crates. I have these for a long time, and you can also get these at Dollar Tree. So you're going to need 2 of them, and you also are going to need one of these craft woods from Dollar Tree, or maybe you can use another crate. It depends on what you have at home or what you can find. What I'm going to be doing is to stick this cube in between the 2 crates with a little bit of hot glue, and once that part is ready, I'm going to be painting these. I'm going to be using this spray paint in matte Spanish moss color. I'm going to spray paint this outside, and then I'm going to let it dry. You can use any kind of green color to paint your crates, that's okay. Now I'm going to be adding these to like a vase. I'm going to be using this riser that I DIY a long time ago. I have a video for that, so you can check in the description box. I'm going to leave you that link. So I'm going to be adding these crates on top of this riser that I DIY, and then I'm going to be using some LED candles that you can get at Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using 3 of them. I'm going to be adding 1 candle on each of the crates, and then I'm going to be adding 1 on the top of the cube, and this is going to make that the candle that is in the middle is going to have some height, and it's going to make it look so much better. Now it's time to cover the crates a little bit and to make this look super pretty. It's time to add foliage, or maybe you can use flowers. It depends on the way you want to decor these that match with your Christmas decoration, or you actually can use these for any season. I'm going to be adding some like greenery, frosted peaks, and pine cones here and there, and you can also add them inside of the crates. And basically that's all you need to do for this project. It's extremely simple, easy to make, it's on a budget, and it's going to add a really nice touch to any space. I add these on my kitchen island, and I love the way it looks. It's beautiful, and at night I just turn the lights on and it's just magical. Dollar Tree willow wreath, and this is the small size. And first I'm going to be working with these snowflake ornaments that comes in a set of 2 from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to glue them on one side close to the other with hot glue. The next step will be to use these floral foams from Dollar Tree, and I want my wreath to have snowballs, so I'm going to be using these ball foams, and you can cut it a little bit smaller to make it easier to stick in your wreath, and also cut them with a knife to make them a little smaller to have snowballs in different sizes. Then I bought these mini snowflakes ornaments from Dollar Tree, and I'm also going to glue them on the wreath with hot glue in different directions and angles. And you can also cut some snowflakes in half to kind of have more in your wreath, and just stick them here and there where you think they can look good. If you notice, I'm focusing on putting all the decor pieces to one side and not the entire wreath, and I really love how it looks this way, but it's optional. You can decorate your entire wreath if you prefer. Okay, now I decide to stick these mini flock Dollar Tree pine cones in my wreath to fill all the empty spaces and add a little color to my wreath. Once finished, I decide to place some of these Walmart flock branches, and they have them for less than $1, and I'm going to cut a few pieces and wrap them on the back side of my wreath. Once finished, I put my wreath on this wood piece, and I really like the result. I think it looks beautiful with a high-end look, and I think it's perfect for like a winter wonderland Christmas theme, and also to use it for the entire winter season. I'm going to be using these bells that you can get at Dollar Tree. And first I paint these with some spray paint in gold color, but you can also find them in the gold color. And I'm going to be painting them with some wax in antique color. I'm going to be using a brush, and I'm just going to add a small amount of wax, and this is just going to make my bells look a little bit more like antique, and that's the look that I'm going for. This is super popular right now. You can find these bells at Amazon, and they can be pretty expensive, but you can create them too using just $1 bells from Dollar Tree and just add some wax to make it look more antique or vintage. Then I'm going to be drying everything with my heat tool. I love this tool, it works amazing, and it's going to save you a lot of time, so I'm going to leave you the link of these in the description box too. And I decided to make a garland out of these bells, so I'm going to be using a long piece of twine. I make a knot on one side, and then I'm going to be inserting all of the bells, and once I was done with that, I make another knot in the other side. Then you can accommodate like all of the bells to make your garland looks pretty nice, and this is how mine turned out. I add this garland on this shelf that I have, and with all of these decoration that I did, and I really love how it looks. It gives that really nice touch, and I just love it. I'm so happy with this project because it was so easy to make, really inexpensive, and it looks amazing. I hope that you like it too. Project, you're going to need one of these Christmas tree from a Dollar Tree, and I'm going to mount these, and then you need to start like spreading all of the branches from your Christmas tree, making sure that it looks like fuller. You maybe can put two Christmas trees together, but actually what I see is that you can put all of those stems like looking up. Hope that makes sense, and your Christmas tree is going to look so much better. Just to make it a little bit more fuller, you can add some foliage. I have a few peaks that has like snow, so I'm going to be adding those in the empty spaces of my tree with hot glue. And then I'm also going to be adding some eucalyptus leaves here and there. I'm going to be using a lot of them in Christmas now, so you can find these on Walmart, and you can also get garlands at Amazon, so I'm going to leave you the link in the description box. Once your Christmas tree is ready, let's make the base. I'm going to be using this ceramic vase that I have at home like for 3 years now, and of course I need to change that color, so I'm going to be using some metallic gold spray paint. I'm going to spray paint these outside with 2 coats of paint, and then I'm going to let it dry. Once it is dry, this is how it looks, and I love it so much, but it's like super shiny. It's a metallic gold. I want to make these look a little bit more like brass, a little bit more antique. So for that, I'm going to be using my Waverly wax in antique color, and I'm I'm going to be adding that wax all over my vase on the gold spray paint color, and then you can use your fingers and trying to make like this look more natural and like if it was original like that. And you need to let it dry for a couple hours, and this is how it's going to turn out. For this vase, I use what I have on hand, but you can use any vase from Dollar Tree to make the same effect, or anything that maybe you can get at the thrift store. Now to add my Christmas tree, I'm going to be adding first a piece of foam. You can add some hot glue, and then you need to remove like the legs of the Christmas tree and add your Christmas tree. To cover the foam, you can use maybe moss, stones from Dollar Tree. These are some small pieces of wood that I'm going to be using to cover that. I think it make it look so much better, unique, and this is how my project turned out. It was so easy to make, looks amazing and stunning, and I love it so much. Next project, I will be using these Dollar Tree bamboo wreath that I love. This one is the largest one. This one is the largest size that they have, and I want to make a berry wreath, so I will also need a lot of the Dollar Tree berries, and you can get them, and I decided to get a few different tones like burgundy and red, and that is going to give it more dimension to my wreath. What I did was to cut each berry apart, the wire part, and then place that wire inside between the bamboo branches of my wreath. And you can also use glue if you want, but believe me, it's much easier to do this way and faster. You can place the amount of berries you want to cover your wreath. I use about like 10 to 12 berries for mine, which is the big wreath, and it's going to look very full, but it's going to depend on how you like it. And as I said, I place my berries with different tones or like colors to give the wreath more dimension. Once I finish with the berries, I decide to put these branches with like snow. They are from Walmart and cost less than $1. And I'm going to be like separating the branches. I'm going to cut them to be able to put them on my wreath. You can leave your wreath all red, but as a final touch, I decide to place some pine picks that I have at home, and I put them here and there on my wreath to fill the empty spaces. And I decide to glue them with hot glue because they don't have like any wire. They are very small, so I have to put hot glue on them. In order to hang your wreath, you can tie a small piece of twine on the back side with a knot. Once I'm finished, I put it on the wall, and this will be the result, and I'm so happy how it looks. I really love it. You will need a few berries for this project, but it looks beautiful. I'm going to be using burlap fabric, and I'm going to be cutting a square about 16 by 16 inches large. Now that I have my burlap square piece, I will be gluing it in the center on top of this pillow cover that I have. This pillow cover is like a cream color, and yeah, I'm going to be sticking the burlap fabric with normal hot glue, but you can also use hot glue for fabric, and I think that will be a better option. Guys, this pillow cover is of an excellent quality, and it is perfect for customizing it and making a unique throw pillow cover. And I bought it in a set of 2 from Amazon at an amazing price. So in the description of this video, you can find the link of this product. Now to add a Christmas touch to my throw pillow cover, I'm going to be using this Dollar Tree kitchen towel, and I love the pattern of lines that it has, so I'm going to be using that space to draw a Christmas tree, and then I'm going to cut it out. You can cut a Christmas tree or any shape, and I decide to use this sign from Dollar Tree to be able to draw a really nice and cute Christmas tree shape. Once that I had the Christmas tree cut it out, I'm going to glue it to the center of the pillow cover with hot glue. And like I said, you can use hot glue or you can use a fabric glue. I decide to make a bow out of a piece of Dollar Tree nautical rope, and then I glue it on the top of the Christmas tree just to give it a nice detail. Finally, you just have to add the pillow insert inside of your cover, and I also bought this pillow insert from Amazon and I love them. They come in a set of 2 for an amazing price, and also I left the link in the description box. And yeah, this will be the result of this project, and I love how it looks in neutral colors. But remember that you can make maybe the Christmas tree in a different fabric or in a different color that match with your holiday decor for this year. Project, I'm going to be using like these round sticks that I get from the plungers from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be using 4 for the moment, and I'm going to be cutting these with my saw machine at 13 inches and a half. Once I have all of them cut, I'm going to stain them, and you can use any stain, any color. I decide to use some wax and add some water to make this color a little bit more lighter. I'm going to be making a mess right now, but it's okay. Then I'm going to be drying everything with my heat tool. It's going to make the process so much easier and faster. Remember, the link of this heat tool is in the description box. These round wooden sticks are going to be the legs for a reindeer that I want to make, and for the body I'm going to be using this giant iced tea container, and like I said, this is going to be the body of our reindeer. Now what I need to do is to mark where I want the legs to be to make holes. So I'm going to be using the wooden sticks, and that is going to help me draw the perfect circles and where I want the wooden sticks to be. And then I'm going to be using a knife, and I'm just going to cut those circles. Now I'm going to be making another hole, but on the other side of this cylinder, to be able to add the neck of my reindeer. Okay, once I have the neck ready, I need to look for the head, and I'm going to be using a smaller cylinder container. Basically here I'm just recycling things, and what I'm going to be doing is to make another hole but on the head to be able to add the neck of this reindeer. Hope that makes sense and you can see what I'm doing. Now I want to paint these to make it look so high-end, so I'm going to be using some spray paint in a black matte finish look, and I'm going to spray paint these outside. I'm going to give it 2 coats of paint and then let it dry. Once they are dry, this is how they look, and I'm going to start sticking everything together. I'm going to start with the legs, and for the legs you can start adding a small piece of wood, like a cube or something like that, just to reinforce the legs and make sure that they are going to stick well and straight. This is something that you need to be really careful, that you stick the legs and that they are straight, so that when you stand up, the reindeer can look nice. And I'm going to be doing the same thing for the front legs. I'm going to be adding a small piece of wood first, and then I'm going to add the legs, and the piece of wood on top is just going to reinforce these legs. Now for the neck, I decide to add, I just put a few wooden pieces together just to make like a base for the neck to stand. And I'm going to stick this with hot glue. Then you can stick your neck, and I cut this neck or this wooden piece about 10 inches long. Once I have that, I'm going to insert the head, and I'm going to add and stick this with hot glue. Now for the antlers, you can use so many things. I decided to use these like branches. I'm going to make small holes on top of this cylinder container, and then I'm going to stick them. For the eyes and the nose, I'm going to be using some beads, some wooden beads, and I'm going to stick them with hot glue. And then for the tail, you can use maybe like a wooden branch or something like that. I decide to use some rope, nautical rope from Dollar Tree. I make a small knot and then I stick it with hot glue. Then you can decorate your reindeer. You can add a scarf or a piece of ribbon, maybe some holly peaks, and you can decide the color too. You can add some ears to this guy too, but I decide to leave it as is, and I think it looks so cool, rustic but like modern at the same time. I don't know, I think it looks amazing, and I need your help. In the comments, leave me a comment. How can we name this cute guy? You're going to need one of these bamboo wreaths. I got this one from Dollar Tree and I'm actually reusing this one, but you can use anything that you have at home. And I'm going to be using some lamps here. You can use any leaf, any foliage that you have at home, it doesn't matter, and the color, it's okay, you don't need to worry about that. I'm going to be using these and I'm basically going to cover my wreath. I'm going to be putting a few leaves here and there with hot glue, making sure that I'm covering my wreath. Once I have that part ready, this is how my wreath is looking right now, and as you can see, it needs something else. So I'm going to be using some of these eucalyptus that I got from Dollar Tree. Like I said, the color doesn't matter in this project, and basically what I'm going to be doing is to cut my eucalyptus and I'm going to start adding them with hot glue here and there to cover those empty spaces on my wreath. This is how my wreath is looking right now, and as a final touch, I think it's super cute if you add some like berries. I'm going to be using these ones that are from Dollar Tree. They are made out of foam, but they look so beautiful and they're pretty big, so I'm going to start cutting them to make them a little bit smaller and make sure that fits well on my wreath and that everything looks good together. And again, I'm going to stick this with hot glue. Now the next step is going to be spray paint our wreath, and I decide to go with some metallic gold spray paint color, and I spray paint this outside with 2 coats of paint, and then I let it dry, and this is how my wreath turned out. I'm so happy. I think it looks amazing. Target right now has like a similar version, but this one is so much cheaper, and I was using basically things from Dollar Tree, and turned out so beautiful and amazing and on a budget. I'm going to be using 3. You can use more if you want, and you must make sure to remove the topper part that they have, like the pine pigs and the pine cones. From there, I will change the color of the bells using my spray paint in gold color and then let them dry. This gold color is super shiny and I don't like that. I want to give them some age. So for that, I'm going to be using my Reveille wax in antique color, and you can use your fingers and a brush and you can start applying the wax all over the bells. You must create like spots all over the bell, and you must focus on the edge that it has like in the center where it is welded. You can add more color or more wax in that area, and that is going to give it more dimension to the bells. And guys, so that the wax stays well attached to the bell, I highly recommend drying it by applying heat, and this at the same time makes the spray to like take another texture, a little bit more rustic. And just in case, I'm using my heat tool, works amazing. You can get it from Amazon and the link is in the description box. In order to hang them, I'm going to be using Dollar Tree nautical rope, and I'm going to cut 3 pieces in 3 different sizes, and I'm going to tie a knot on one side, and then I'm going to glue that knot to the bells with hot glue. Now at the other end, you must put all the pieces of rope together, and you want to glue them so that they can stay attached all together. Then you can glue another piece of rope on the top, and you can make a small loop, and you want to twist the pieces of rope to give your project a nice touch. Once you finish, you just have to hang your bells from a mantle or your fireplace or your Christmas stockings or your shelf like I did, and this will be the result. Guys, I have been seeing these type of bells so much recently. They're very expensive, and you can recreate it for less than $4 using Dollar Tree items and some paint, and it has a high-end look, and I really love it. Give this video a thumbs up if you love these DIY as much as I do. I'm going to be using this star metal plaque that I get from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to change the color. I'm going to spray paint these outside with this metallic gold color, and I'm going to be adding a small piece of twine to be able to attach my star to a wreath. I'm going to be using this huge bead that I get from a thrift store, and I really love it. I love to change these every single season. So I'm going to be adding my gold star, and then I'm going to be adding 3 more stars in this green color. I just stick a small piece of twine on them to be able to attach them to my wreath. I don't want to add like any type of glue because I really like to reuse these wreath for every single season. So I'm not going to be adding glue on this wreath. Now I'm going to be adding these wire garland ties that I got from Dollar Tree. I use about 2 packages of these, and I'm just going to be adding them like on the bottom part of our wreath just to make it so much fuller and give it that Christmas touch. And just to make it look a little bit more fuller with different touches and textures, I'm going to be adding some frosted greenery that I get from Dollar Tree. It's going to add a really nice touch, and it has like these white small balls that looks like white berries, and I really like that. And I'm also going to be adding some gold accents with these that I get from a Dollar Tree. I'm just going to cut them in different parts so that way I can have more, and I'm just going to be adding them in my wreath. Once I have that part ready, I'm going to be working on the top of the wreath. I want to hang 3 bells, so I get these ones from Dollar Tree. They are white, super beautiful. I'm just going to remove like the small foliage or greenery that they have on the top, and then I'm going to be hanging them on a piece of rope. I cut 3 small pieces in 3 different sizes. I attach them together, and on the other side I just make a small knot to be able to stick them with the bells, and that way they're going to stick stronger. I'm just going to be using hot glue, but because this is going to be outside, you can add E6000 just to make it a little bit more stronger. Once you hang your 3 bells on these pieces of rope, this is how it's going to look, and then I'm just going to make a knot and attach them on the top of my wreath. Then I'm going to be adding a bow that I DIY. I'm not good at like explaining how to make bows, but I did this one. It's super simple. Or maybe you can get one that is already made at Dollar Tree and just add that on the top of your wreath, and it's going to add a really beautiful touch. And yeah, this is how mine turned out. I just add 2 different types of ribbons and some pine cones, and that's all. This is how it looks. This is how it turned out, and I really like it. This wreath is huge, and you can get these on any store, but it's going to cost you a lot, and I just did it like for less than $15, and I really love the result. I think it looks beautiful, high end, and I'm just happy how it turned out and it matched with the rest of my decor. For this project, I will be using 2 of these Dollar Tree long signs. These are for Halloween, but you can find similar ones for each season in Dollar Tree, and most of them have a lot of glitter. So the first thing I did was to sand to remove the glitter from my signs and working with them easier. Of course, I use my mini ladybug vacuum to clean all the mess in my work area, and in the description I left the link for this vacuum. Now I'm going to be using a little bit of this Dollar Tree spot clean to fill in the holes that the sign has on one side, and after it dries I sand everything to have a smooth surface. I want to join these signs to have a single super big one, so I use popsicle sticks and I glue them with hot glue, and you can stick another popsicle stick on the top just to help you hang the sign later. From there I'm going to be painting everything, and I decide to use the red color of Waverly chalk paint, and I give it 2 coats of paint and let it dry. Now you can use your Cricut if you want, a chalk marker, or these Dollar Tree stickers, and what I did was to paint the letters that I need to form the word believe in white color. Once the stickers are dry, I'm going to stick them on these chalkboard tags, also from Dollar Tree, and I need 2 packages to have 7 tags in total and be able to stick my letters. I want to put these tags hanging in my sign, so I use these garland beads and stick it from each side in my sign. Guys, I got these garland beads from at-home stores, but you can do it yourself if you want. It's super easy, and in the description I left the link of the wooden beads that I always buy from Amazon. From there I count how many beads my garland had to be able to tie the tags with the same separation space between each one with a knot every 6 beads. From there I decide to put twine at the bottom of the sign, forming like an X, and I just think it looks very nice and gives an extra touch to this project. Then I decide to make a bow with this ribbon that I have, I think is from Walmart, and I made a double bow, super easy, and then I glue it on one side of the sign near to the letter B. On the top of the bow, I decided to glue these holly bush from Walmart. It costs only 98 cents, and I stick it with hot glue, and then I fix and arrange the ribbon so that my bow looks perfect. At the other end of the sign, I also place another holly bush, a little bit smaller, with the berries and pine cones to complete my sign. Once finished, I put it on the wall, and this will be the result. And I really love this sign that I made using Dollar Tree items, and it is super big. I was inspired by a decor piece that I saw on the at-home stores for $30, and this was extremely budget friendly, and I actually think it's a little bit bigger. I'll be using this snowflake wooden sign from Dollar Tree. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the youth cord, and then I need to cover the hole that this sign has with a little bit of this Dollar Tree sparkling, and after it's dried you need to sand it. To paint it, I will be using my Waverly wax in antique color, and I'm going to give him 1 coat of paint on the front and the back side. Once it's dry, this is how it will look, and I like it, but I wanted to give it like more dimension, so I will be using my sanding sponge, and I'm going to sand the wood just a little bit, mostly at the edges. Once I finish, this is how it will look, and it is time now to work with the base. For the base, I will be using this ceramic candle holder that Dollar Tree has right now, and I really want that this candle holder match with the Snowflake base, so I really want that this look like wood. I get the candle holder in white color. I will be using my Waverly wax in antique color, and I'm going to give it one coat, let it dry, and then give it another coat of this wax. Once it is dry, this is how it will look, and I will glue it with hot glue to the base of the snowflake. But if you want it to stay stronger, you can use E6000 as well. To decorate it, I'm going to put this wreath that I have a few years ago in my house, and also a glass container with a candle. The next project is so cool. I'm going to be using these DIY ornaments that you can get at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to spray paint them with this matte river rock color that I love. I think it's so beautiful. It gives this matte finish, and I just love the color. So I'm going to spray paint these outside, and once they are completely dry, I'm going to be making a really good technique using some spray paint in metallic gold color. I'm going to be adding the spray paint on the water, and then I'm going to put the ornaments on the water, but I erased those clips by accident. But let me know if you want me to make another DIY using the same technique, so you can see like the whole process. Let me know that in the comments. Once the ornaments are dry, I'm going to be adding the ball caps that I actually paint in black color just to give them a really good contrast. Now, you can leave the balls with the very metallic gold spray paint color, but you can make it look a little bit more like antique or like with a weather look using some wax in antique color, and I decided to do that with all of the ornaments that I have. As a final touch, I decided to make like a pattern, or just to give it like a fun touch to these ornaments by creating small dots on top of the ornaments. And for that, I just used some black paint and I created the small dots, and I think they look so much better now. I'm going to be adding these this year to my Christmas tree, and I can't be more excited. They look so beautiful, high end, but I was only using these DIY ornaments from Dollar Tree. I will be reusing this canvas that I had at home, and I don't need that canvas fabric this time, so I will be removing the staples and that fabric because I only need the wood frame that it has. And this canvas, I'm not sure about the size, but I think it's about 18 by 20 inches long. I'm not sure about the size, but just in case, if you don't have a frame like this, you can make your own frame using paint stir sticks that you can get from Walmart, from Home Depot, or Lowe's. From there, I'm going to be painting the wood frame with my favorite stain, the special walnut color, and then let it dry. I'm going to be working now on the background of the project, so for that I'm going to be using a cardboard, or you can use maybe like a foam board from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to measure and then mark the size of the frame on the cardboard and then cut it. You can use any scrapbook paper that you have and you like, or maybe fabric. This time I'm going to be using ribbon. This ribbon is the one that I have left over from my Christmas tree. You can watch the video how I decorate my Christmas tree in the other channel, JAZOMY Home. The link is in the description box. And yeah, I love the pattern it has, and I'm going to be cutting a few pieces and then I'm going to stick them on the cardboard. I'm going to be using hot glue, and I'm going to glue each piece of ribbon as straight as possible, making sure that they are all well stick together. Once you finish gluing everything, with some scissors you can trim the excess ribbon from the edges. From there, I just have to stick the background in the wood frame with hot glue. For the center, I decided to use this Dollar Tree Mary sign that I love. It's super cute, and I'm going to be giving it a coat of paint with my Waverly chalk paint in red color and then let it dry. From there, I just have to stick it with hot glue on my sign. To give it a nice detail, you can put maybe greenery on the reindeer's head, and then you can add some mini pine cones and berries. You can place this project on any surface, or maybe you can hang it on the wall by placing a tooth hanger on the back side, or maybe popsicle sticks, and that will be it, guys. This will be the result of this project. Going to be using this big firewood piece that I have at home, and you can get this from your backyard, or I get this one actually from Home Depot. Those are the ones that you can buy for your fireplace, and I want to put a few candles on the top of this wood, so I'm going to be measuring and I'm going to mark to make sure that my candles are going to have the same separation space between each one. Once you have all the marks on your wood piece, I'm going to be using this drill bit that I get from Home Depot, and I'm going to be making the holes to be able to put the candles inside, and that way they're going to stay there and they're not going to fall down. And it is super easy to do. Just try to make some pressure to the wood to be able to make the holes with this drill bit. Okay, once you have all the holes in your wood piece, I'm going to be inserting these taper candles, and I get them from Dollar Tree, and these ones are white, but Dollar Tree sell them in so many colors, and you can change the color depending on the season. I decided to get white ones because of this winter season, and I really love how they look, and they are very neutral. Once I put all the candles on the holes, I'm going to be adding some foliage or any greenery that you have. I decided to reuse these ones that I have at home for like years and years and years, and I'm going to be adding some hot glue on the wood to be able to stick each one of these peaks. Once I put all the picks that I have, I think I need something else, so I decided to add some pine cones here and there to be able to cover and make those empty spaces look a little bit fuller. Once I was done, this will be the result, and I really love how this project turned out. Basically, I have all the things at home. I just buy 2 packages of these candles from Dollar Tree, and I'm in love how it turned out. It was super simple. It looks amazing with a high-end look, and it is perfect for your centerpiece in the dining table. And my loves, these are the 15 DIYs that you can try now for Christmas, and that are going to have a very high-end look in your home, and they're on a budget because I was using Dollar Tree items and just things that I have around my home. Please let me know in the comments which of these DIYs is one of your favorites. Make sure that you are subscribed and that you check my other channel, JAZOMY Home, for the big news and all of the changes that are coming super soon. So make sure that you check that. The links are going to be in the description box. And guys, thank you so much for the love and support, and see you on the next one. Mwah. Bye.